All right, here I am. So, doing this animation again. There were some stuff that I actually messed up. Like, there was some kind of glitch. But I didn't lose that much. But it is what it is. What's up, Hip? Anyways, let's go ahead and do a little bit more of this. I did a bunch of the work off camera. I can actually get away with doing that now because I'm having the hair go kind of like this, the neck go kind of like that. Then we do that. Then I think I'm gonna have the mouth go kind of like so. And that should be good. Let's also have that going about like so. Just like that, and that like that. That should be good. Yeah, that looks way better as I had. I don't know what I was doing with this one here. That should be... That's fine like that. This one though, this one must be fixed. And so, let's go ahead and do that. But yeah, I should have... I don't have too long, but I have a decent amount of time. Let me just go ahead and get this. Right, this guy has an unfortunate looking head. Like, would that look any better? Let's just leave it as it was. That bubble forehead of his. So let's go ahead and do that. And then maybe I can do some of the comic backgrounds. I doubt it though. But we're gonna do that. Like, I finally found motivation to animate, so I'm doing that. Because I've been stuck in such a rut. I couldn't animate, I couldn't draw, I couldn't really do too much, but I'm out of it now, luckily, so here we are. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. Because I think I only ever posted one animation the whole year. And I'm gonna at least make that too. This is not gonna wait a whole year. There is a deadline, and I think the deadline is next month. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. There was another animation that I was working on, but I went past the deadline for that one too. So that's unfortunate. But hopefully, the person that I made it for was okay with it, so that's good. Let me just go ahead and lower this a tad. Do that. And that should be around enough room, which is good. Let's go ahead and add a nice shoulder blade up here. And just have the back go all the way down to there. I think I should have it. I decided. What's up, Ape Green? Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we're gonna have that part of the body go to about there. This part can go about here. And I think I'm gonna have him go... Actually, let's have him go a bit forward and a bit up. So... about yay here and yay there. It's gonna cut out some of them, but that's fine. How you doing? I'm doing great, Ape Green. How are you doing? Right, so right now I'm drawing a bit more of this fella's hand right here. And then I'll finally be finished with this specific scene here and can move on to the next one, which should be, I don't know about easier, but it's definitely next. I like to do these chronologically, but it would probably be better for Burnout if I do break the scenes apart. But yeah, not too. Let me do that right here. I'm not sure if the music is too loud or not. You could let me know. Sup, Dumpling, welcome to the stream. But it seems fine to me. Alright, so I can just have the. Excuse me, sorry. I could just have the legs go kind of like so. I'll just do that. And then we could do this and that. Boom, that, and this. And okay. I'm okay. That's good to hear, Ape Green. This guy's head is kind of big, I just realized. So that's fine. I also need to add the badges to their clothes and hats and stuff, but I'm not too worried about that right now. So that's good. That's good. All right. So let's actually color in this guy, because why not? Let's color him in right now. And then, oh, I missed a point right there. Oop, all right, there we go. It's very easy to miss some stuff when it comes to these animations, like that. I completely. Ooh, my throat. All right, I completely missed that line right there. Should probably have it go kind of like that. I think that would make more sense, because that's how shirts that look like that usually look. Thinking I'll just keep the yellow and use it on his hair. But it is what it is. Let's just keep it going. Let's go to yellow and white. I should be clicking the numbers, but I'm not. I got accustomed to just going and clicking it instead of just typing in the numbers, which is much easier and faster. But it is fine. So let's go ahead and I like this part. I really like the Outer Wilds. I actually made a cover of one of their songs. So it's for a game that I was actually planning on making this, like, inspired, well, not inspired by, more as of a copy of, but like just a 2D version. But, I may still do it, but I don't think I am. So let's do that. Now that's the stuff. And so let's have the claws go out kind of like there. And there. That should be good. And hopefully it looks like a grip bending instead of the claws going backwards, but I can see that it might be misconstrued as that, but I assure you that it's not the case. But I think people will be able to clock that, at least on a second glance or something. And so that's fine. I'm also going to get like the original. The heck? How? Alright, anyway. Okay, I'm also gonna get the original Outer Wilds music so that I can just go ahead and have that in the streaming background too. because I realized that this was a cover a while back now. But yeah, I should go ahead and get that fixed. And so let's go ahead and that's fine. Let's actually do this part now, the werewolf part. And so let's do that. Have the snout go kind of like so. And then this. Even though this one's technically a were-fox, but that's fine. I'm gonna give this frame like the teeth that the werewolves usually have. And so that works like that. Let's do this. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, and let's also fill that in with an empty spot, so I can just fill this in black right now. I can fill the other space in with white later on, which would be far more simple. So let's also add this. Alright, I should probably have the neck to go a bit higher. Alright, so about there is fine. Alright, that's good. Erase. Let's go to about here. That can just extend to about here. Let's get this 10. What was that sound? Well, anyways. And that's good. Right. You know, sometimes I think about raisins. Now, you may think that that's an odd thing to think about in isolation, but I sometimes think about what if, like, the animals decided to rise up against us. I think, like, those are, like, funny scenarios to think of. Because honestly, humans are dumb as heck. Another species should have a chance because we are actively destroying the whole planet, ourselves, everything. It is just insanity. But I still want the humans to win. But anyways, in this scenario, I think of what if rats wanted to just take over the human race or just destroy the humans. Since rats are basically everywhere, if they ever have a plan, like in Ratatouille or something, I don't think I had the shirt like that. Let me see. Yeah, it's completely a different style. Let's fix that a little bit. And let's make that neck a little bit more extended. That's better. Right. So anyways, like the whole song sounds good, but there's not a specific favorite moment for this one. So I'm gonna keep talking. Right. So what I was saying was, so what if these guys, like, they're all the intelligence of like Remy from Ratatouille? They all got like that level of intelligence, can read, can. Sure, Remy could write. He just never did in the movie. I'm sure he can though. But if they all had that level of intellect, oh, that's why that looks wrong. Right, let's fix that right now. I had it in the center when I'm gonna lean it to the side. So that was the issue. But anyways, if they all had that, that'd be bad. Yes, indeed. So what I'm thinking of is these rats, they will know that they are basically immune to a great deal of diseases, while humans are not. So, in my idea is that these rats, they would like deliberately infect themselves with a whole bunch of diseases, and it's spread by all kinds of things. So what I think is to lower suspicion of them, because I think like they can spread disease through their feces as well, and their feces look just like raisins. So that's why I think about raisins. What if rats are deliberately going into the raisin factory and just pooping up upon the raisins? That's what I think about sometimes. I know that's not the case, but hey, I just think about it. And I still eat raisins, so I'm not too concerned. So yeah, they would do that, get like all of that in there too. And like just basically infect the humans without the humans knowing that it's the rats causing it. Will just be some kind of raisin outbreak or something. So that's, let's see, that's fine right there. Let's also have this here. So let's do that, extend that to about here, and go to about here. We would be in trouble. Most definitely. I think like almost every animal can basically take out humans if they become as smart as humans. Because look at how pathetic humanity is, like physically. Now imagine the human level intellect on literally any other animal. I feel like they can easily just work together and end us. Like the only ones that I think, no matter how hard they try, wouldn't be able to do it is probably livestock, like cows and stuff. Because it's a cow. Even if it's as smart as a human, what's it gonna do? It can't manipulate any objects to an extent, so it would just be doomed. There is a book where humanity, they can still think and feel and stuff, but their human flesh got tainted. They basically turned some of the humans into some cows and dropped them onto a different planet. They also flattened some humans. Like they just basically mutated them into these abominations. It's a fascinating book. I made a cartoon on it a real long time ago. Yeah. So, let's see. It's horrible if they did that. Yeah. Take the aliens that did that in the book. It's called All Tomorrows, by the way. It's called The Q. I remember hearing something called The Q, and I just remembered it's actually from another sci-fi alien species of like extremely like godlike power, was the Q from Star Trek. Forget which Star Trek it was, but they were these race of like godlike beings that basically evolved into Ascension, and then they just stop by from time to time to like have fun with the lesser species. To my knowledge, they don't have them worship them or anything, at least from what I can tell. But it was, it was like the case for a lot of the species back then. Well, anyways, let's actually do an outline to that because I actually erased some of that, and that would just make things a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and do that here. And let's do the pause. And so I think that should be good. And let's see. I want to remake that leg, but make it better looking. That leg is unfortunate. Alright, so let's do that. Go at it to about here, should be fine. Alright, so let's do that. And that should be fine. Alright, let's zoom in on the feet. Let's just do that, and that. Got it. Make it closed. Alright, so there's only 3 legs here. I feel like it had 4 at some point. Alright, 3 it is. Alright, so let's actually make the leg slightly thicker. So that should be good. And then let's also take the liberty. Alright, there's an insurance company named after that. And anyways. So we're gonna do. I effed up something here, and I'm not sure what. I think this knee is just a little bit too high, so. Yeah, I'll never get those feelings when you can just tell something's wrong, but you have no clue what it is. Alright, so I think maybe this could be the case. So we got that there, this here. I mean, that's better. Not by much though, but it's better. Let's just go with it. I want to complete this cartoon some point. And I want to see if I can like add this into like the main cartoon, because there's one called The Cryptic Adventures of Chloe and Caleb that I've like plotted out, got everything done, just gotta animate it. And it involves these werewolves. But I don't think I'm not gonna show all of them like that, so I don't know. Maybe. I don't think I will, though. I'm glad I caught on to that before this happened. Alright, so we got that. she have eyebrows? Oh, she did not. Okay. So let's fill that in, erase a little bit of the extra bleeding lines. Should be good there. We could add like claw marks and stuff, but we're gonna keep it like that. I should add like more tears, but this is for like Maddie Choo's version, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it like relatively safe, and then I can add like more violent stuff for my own version. I'm gonna make this one here black. Right, so let's do this. Boop, and start everything. Yes, it is. Oh, there are tears there, so I'm not gonna do all of that right now, though. That's a detail that can be done like later on. Alright, so let's see. And so now let's do the white. Then I just gotta animate this guy being tossed. It would be kind of funny if he just kept his hat on the whole time. Like he may be being killed, but he's being killed while still being a ranger. He's not losing his uniform for anything. Alright, so we got that trait here. And I'll just erase some of these extra details later. I think that works just good like that. I think I'll cut that maybe. I don't see a particular use for it because I can just redraw it if anything. And the eye is going to be completely covered for what I plan on animating there, but hey, it's fine. Right, so let's go ahead and cut. So let's just see how that would look from there. Felt like that was thrown a little slow, but it's fine. The fox looks very fancy. Thank you. Like, it's inspired by, like, Maddie Choo's design. Friend of mine's. Alright, so let's see. Let's actually get... Actually, I don't need that one there, just the human for right now. So, copy it. So, as you can see, we've got this big table of werewolves here. So, let's actually... Well, it's not like I'm gonna do that again. So, let's duplicate this, and I'm just gonna draw it first every time, like I've been doing. So, let's do that. It's not too long of a scene, so I think... Oh, I was wrong. That is a pretty decent sized scene. Alright, so I'm just gonna do the outlines, then I'll color it. Start on the second one, giving him like a slight amount of like leeway, because, well, not leeway, but him just falling. Alright, so we're gonna just do that. Alright, so now's the time to draw his body from the top view. I've never done this before, so this is gonna be a difficult. So, hope for the best, y'all. Alright, so just gonna copy the design based on memory. So we're gonna do that here. This here to like the costume. Or uniform, I should say. The head is big, but I don't think it was that big. It was, but alright, let's just keep it anyway then. So we're gonna do this, do this. Do that there, this here. There, here. I feel like this should probably be a bit thinner at the bottom. Like, yay big and yay big. Well, let's just see how that looks. I was gonna do the outline first, but then I colored it right in. Alright, so that looks close enough. Head is about as big as the body, as big as the torso, I mean, and I guess I kept to the design of it pretty okayly. So we're gonna have that go about here. And this. In Fennington, I could probably get away with copying the head down. But yeah, I also have a bunch of backgrounds that I could do in the comics. But I feel like doing this, especially since I'm so inspired at the moment. I think I may animate this scene by twos, which means I need to draw a lot more frames. Oh, we're gonna do that. Right, this paste. Also have like a little bit of squash and stretch going on with this. So we're gonna have this and that. I figured I forgot to add something to this guy. That something was his nose. I think I might have the. No, I think it's normal speed. It just sounded a bit faster to me. Have the pupils looking straight down like the other one. Was gonna cross them, but I feel like that would work better when he makes contact. Looks like they're around a table. This is what these werewolves are. Oh, this is definitely too loud. And I'm gonna lower this ever so slightly. Alright. That should be good. But yeah, they're around a table and they're about to eat the human. Of course, the eating part's not gonna show up on Maddie Choo's version, but I think I'm gonna have them rip apart some of him in my version. So we're gonna do this and this. Yeah, they're all around a table. It's just some logs that they fell on top of another log. They just like to eat around it. I can't remember it, but I think I streamed making the background scene there. But it must be a pretty old one. So this is good since I'm back into robot voice at the moment. I'll shut that. That's the case. Alright, let's see. Need to remember what it was that I had to say. What was our robot character? Alright, let's see. Alright, so this is the robot voice for a future cartoon. Alright, so, okay, human, what you fighting beside human, the various species is coming true. So, so you actually think that you matter. Think that this was all built for you. No, think again. This was built for us. You have all the jobs, all the rights, and all of the equality. You guys are still at the bottom. That's it, because that is what you deserve. I told you. See, that was it. There's more to it. Right? Humans are all basically disabled or something like that. That's all you can remember in the top of your head. Well, I'm gonna try restarting the stream now. Hopefully, do that. And hopefully the robot voice went through. Oh, and walk like this because I can like this because I do everything better than this. So I'm happy because I remember. So I'm basically using that as like a robot so that I can go ahead and do that now since it's an opportunity. All right, so the stream may either crash or I it continues, but hopefully without the voice. All right, so wait a second. I think it fixed itself. Excuse me, 1 second. So wait a second. I think it fixed itself. Still gonna restart the stream so I could remember exactly where I was. Alright. Alright, so I restarted it so that I can be like where I was. Everything should be fine now. Like where I was. Everything should be fine now. Alright, so let me see. Alright, so I restarted so that I can be. Alright, I think it's good now. Alright. Alright, so I restarted so that I can be like where I was. Alright, my back is itching me like crazy. I don't know why. These hands are mediocre. Alright, let's fix that. Still bad, but much better. Let's just erase those sharp tips. Since this is a human character. And there we go. So, I think I'm gonna make him squash and stretch just a little bit more. Like on his way down. So let's do that. Do that. And let's just Reshape it a little bit. That's gonna be his head. Let's make it even longer. Let's try to draw this one real fast. I think I'm gonna make this one only last like 1 frame instead of 2. So we're gonna do that. So let's do that one fast. So we're gonna do this, then just that. There's no need to count all the fingers and stuff, so we're gonna just do that. Just gonna see how that looks like. So, then this, that, this and that. Just have some lines here, add some lines here. Alright, so I'm gonna add all of this together and just see if it could work. If anything, I could just redo it. Let's do that, boom, do this, boom. The little less points. I did that at the wrong spot. Alright, so that's fine. Here we go. And then we just do that, and let's see. So let's do all of these ones by 2s, and that one's gonna be a 1. So it should go around like so. Let's lower the frame to about 7 frames per second to see it a little bit faster. In real time, it shouldn't be too much of an issue, which is good. Alright, so that's good. I need to make a slight stretch to it. Like, there's also some other stuff that I want to, let's see. Let's add that. Oh, he looks good in black pants though, but that's not for this animation. No sure. So we're gonna do that, do this, let's add that to the mouth and right to the eyes. Alright, so before I forget anything, let's actually add this since it's kind of like a coat type. The fuck? Oh. Alright. I was at the wrong spot. There we go. Let's add that, and that's right. Just I make that into one spot as well. That's fine. And so we can do that. That's then that unfortunate frame. This actually adds some white lines to indicate speed. And so that works. Add a bit of this. Alright, so that works. Let's do some here. And that should be good. Alright, now I just need to remember to get that robot voice clip in the middle of the stream somewhere, because I don't have a voice changer, and every other voice changer is using like some kind of AI nonsense, and I don't really care for that. There is a way to make it with Audacity. I know this with certainty, but I'm not too sure how. I can't find like a proper tutorial on it. If I mess around with the settings, I'm sure I could find it, but then I have to remember it every time, and it would just be a headache. So it would be nice to have like a nice option for it. And so let's go ahead and do that. Why am I adding tune physics when I usually don't add them? Let's see. It's actually that was a mistake. And erase. Need to make a happy face right now since he's upside down. So let's do that. Do the eyes like so. Let's have his hair go out kind of like this. Then the hat. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. You see, this is why I could never become a storyboard artist. You see, look at all of this that I've done here, and you see that blue outline right there? That's the only tin that I have. That's basically my only guideline that I planned for this. There's no drop down, none of that. I just went, just have it like that, and just do that little tin right there. And that's it. So yeah, that's basically how the storyboard goes. All right, so let's actually have the body start to get a little bit of shape, and also have him lose some of the momentum in his arms. Don't know why I keep giving him long sleeves when he's wearing short sleeves, just as the werewolf creatures. So got that here. Let's actually do that and do this. I think I should get rid of his hands. Just make sense here. So I'm not gonna get rid of it fully. I'm just gonna do something like that. Erase the extra fingers. And so have slight hand deformities, and that looks gross actually. We actually add a line here quickly. It'll take too long to undo and redo, so I'm just gonna go ahead and destroy this too. Alright, so gonna do that. This. So yeah, sad part is I actually like it better with the hands now, but I'm not doing all that. So we're gonna do that, and it works better anyway, so just separated the pinky from the rest of the fingers. And so I'm having like the hands follow the slightly curved motion. Okay. So we're gonna do this here. Just feeling some curves. There's also a fella streaming named Nathan Barnett. I checked out some of it. He's doing a dancing stream. 24 hours, but he's real busy these days, so I don't think he's gonna go like 24 hours straight like he did many years ago. I think it was like 2 years. But yeah, he's pushing 50, and he can just and he can still dance 24 hours. That's just amazing. Alright, so we're gonna just go ahead and do that. Do this to split his legs open. His legs aren't broken open just yet, but who knows? So we're gonna just do that. I think there's usually a deformities when they as soon as they stopped being hits, but I think I'm just gonna let that happen still. Right, so that's good. Let's see how this monstrosity looked. I think for my version, I'll probably replace this part with like just a little more violence. I think I may keep the squash and stretch if it turns out pretty good looking. So do this. Kind of like a Christmas tree type of style to it. There's like ripple lines would work here. May as well test them. There goes my phone again. Alright, I'm gonna finally start in the stream.